Hi, I'm Jordan Thorne, and we're here at Greenbuild 2019. Today I'm joined by Melinda Kendall. She is the SVP of Sustainability at Freeman Company. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Very welcome. Happy to be here.
Fantastic. So can you briefly talk about sort of how you came to be in your current role?
You know, my background is marketing, both sales marketing and database marketing. But I've always been kind of a generalist, and at Freeman, after having done that for a long time, about 2 years ago, I was asked to take over sustainability because they felt that the key aspects of the sustainability role were storytelling and data.
Okay.
Massaging the data, turning it into a story, and that lent well to a background in marketing. And I was really excited to take it. What I find that I'm really passionate about is reducing waste. And that goes back to my childhood. You know, my mother was a gardener, and an organic gardener, and waste is just fiscally irresponsible. It's just wrong. So even if you don't care about the environment, waste is just inherently wrong.
Amazing. So what are some of the biggest challenges you face trying to ensure you provide a measurable footprint reducing solutions to your customers without affecting the company's overall bottom line?
So I'm offended by the assumption that it would hurt our bottom line.
Interesting,
right?
Okay.
The assumption people make that sustainability has to be more expensive, or I look at it as an opportunity to improve our bottom line. If we turn sustainability into a competitive advantage for Freeman because we're offering more environmentally friendly options to our clients, that's an opportunity to improve the bottom line. But we're really focused on solutions that we can offer to our clients either by default or at the same price point. And one of the things we're finding is that economies of scale, right? At the beginning, the cardboard signs were more expensive than the foam core signs. Well, we just started buying a lot of them, and we made them the default. So unless you beg for a foam core sign as my customer, you're going to get a cardboard sign. Well, now that we make more of them than the foam core, we can offer them for the same price. So that's not hurting the bottom line of our customers, as well as helping our bottom line in the end.
Interesting. So it's sort of about the demand can sometimes drive the cost.
It drives the cost, and it drives our ability to use that as a competitive advantage and improve our margins.
Okay, very interesting.
Both.
So I know that you work in kind of exhibitions and events. Whether it's a large-scale exhibition or a small internal company-led event, what small steps can a business take to improve their environmental footprint?
Yeah, and we really focus on the small steps, right? You know, not everyone's going to be Greenbuild overnight.
Yeah.
And Greenbuild turned into Greenbuild gradually. So what we really take the approach of where are you now, and then what is the next step, depending on where you currently are. Are you still giving out plastic water bottles? Stop. Are you still using foam core signs? Switch to the cardboard. And you know, the set of R's, reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, they're in order. And a lot of our associations, our clients, we're recycling, right?
Yeah.
And well, first of all, probably not. And recycling is an assumption we make that doesn't happen as often as we think. But let's start with reduce. Print fewer signs. No one reads them anyway, right? It's a little secret we have. Fewer signs, no water bottles, less handouts, less paper generally. So a lot of things you can cut back on, and oh, gee, that saves money. And then let's take some of that savings and maybe we reinvest it in hand sorting in the recycling or in something that does cost more. But most of the first 10 things I would suggest are actually cost savings because you're stopping doing things that cost money.
Yeah, some really helpful ideas, I think, for companies. And how can leaders build a case and convince some of their biggest stakeholders to buy into sustainability? You know,
McKinsey has a great little chart of the 3 value drivers of sustainability. I would add a 4th. It's growth. The innovation, the competitive advantage can help improve the bottom line, drive more revenue. Cost savings from waste reduction, that's pretty easy.
Yep.
You use less electricity, you're spending less for that electricity. And the 3rd one is risk mitigation. It's the risk of your brand identity if you get called out for bad behavior, the risk to our entire industry of being called out for bad behavior, and I can't go to events anymore because I don't think they're sustainable. That would be bad. Government regulation goes into that category. So if we take care of it ourselves, we don't get the government regulation. And then the fourth one I would add is employee engagement. We find that our employees are much more motivated to come to work for our company and to stay at our company, and just happier if we let them get involved in something they care about, like sustainability. So it's very easy for me to go to our executive committee and sell new ideas, as long as they all fit into one of those buckets. That's the business case. Oh wait, it's also the right thing to do. How convenient. But I don't have to lead with that because there really is a strong business case.
Wow, that's, I think, really compelling and some interesting insights into sort of the ways to categorize in order to reach the stakeholders. And in what way are you and your teams innovating to make progress towards the 17 Sustainable Development Goals that the UN has set?
So for Freeman, far and away the most important one is the responsible consumption and production, right? Because we're primarily a logistics company. So we're looking at one of our big initiatives that I've been given by the Sustainability Steering Committee is sustainable materials. If you start with sustainable materials, you're going to have a more sustainable result. So that's things like the cardboard signs. We can build an entire booth out of cardboard. It's amazing what you can do out of paper and cardboard nowadays. And we're really working hard on innovating in fabric. The kind of fabric that you can print on is polyester, is not recyclable. Working with the fabric industry to get one that is, and in the meantime, we can at least repurpose it as shredded insulation, that kind of solution. So we're working very hard on materials under that one. Also, of course, the labor relations and good business, good work, good. I forget what they call it, but it's the ability to work, to get jobs, productive labor is a good one. And we spent a lot of time on number 17, working together on the goals, right? Freeman and Informa have a close relationship on a consortium working with the Event Industry Council. How can we work together as an industry? There are things within sustainability that I want Freeman to have competitive advantage in, but there's a lot of other things where, if we solve carpet, I'm not going to get any competitive advantage over that, and I can't solve it alone. Let's get together as an industry and solve carpet, for example. So a lot of effort there. As an industry, I'm also very excited about the goal toward helping communities and cities. As Greenbuild comes to each city, it leaves a mark, a positive mark, and other of our clients, as they go to various cities, there's a lot they can do for that community as they pass through. Certainly there's an economic impact that's very positive, but it's also leaving behind better practices. And education. All of the conference sessions can be recorded and archived so that they're available beyond the event, and they can be made available throughout the world to the third world. So a lot of opportunity for the event industry there as well.
Amazing. I didn't know that was a thing. So I think that would be amazing for viewers to be able to kind of take a look at what's been happening here at Greenbuild. And just to finish off, I'd love to know, why do you get up and do what you do?
This is my most fun job ever. There's so much that one can do, and you can't solve everything. You can't go from 0 to 100 overnight. But every day we can solve one more little thing. And okay, it might take me 3 months to solve this one, and it's 6 months. That one I need to wait a couple of years. But it's constant improvement. It's constant. And it's gratifying because we try to measure everything, right? So, we just reduced our energy use by 8%. Our goal was 5%. We reduced it by 8%. So it's very measurable, and pat yourself on the back. We accomplished something. So I think, and we're changing the world. So yeah, this is the most fun I've ever had.
It's exciting. It sounds inspiring, and there's a lot of work to be done. So
yeah, let's get back to it.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.